Good morning. It is 7:30 straight up. I'm Dave Glovin. You are not. This is Boogie with the little morning caffeine. Take a good swig of that and get it into your system. We are live on the Dave Glovin Facebook page, the Boogie with the Bull Facebook page, the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and over on Twitter. We did not leave you in the dark. You can follow Boogie with the Bull broadcast at ampersand Boogie WT Bull. Ampersand Boogie WT Bull gets you onto the Boogie with the Bull Twitter. You can follow us there if you wish. We're going to give you a brief video, then we're going to come back and read you some text over it. So give me just a second to scroll out of here, come back here. And that's what I'm going to need to read. And this is what I want you to watch.
Like my beloved country, each nation represented in this hall has a cherished history, culture, and heritage that is worth defending and celebrating, and which gives us our singular potential and strength. The free world must embrace its national foundations. It must not attempt to erase them or replace them. Looking around and all over this large, magnificent planet, the truth is plain to see. If you want freedom, take pride in your country. If you want democracy, hold on to your sovereignty. And if you want peace, love, the future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots. The future belongs to sovereign and independent nations.
Oh, I'm sorry, we cut that there. We will play the entire thing at the end of the broadcast. Good morning. Let's see, scroll back up. Kelly Barrios, good morning in the Boogie with the Bull live chat. We, the people, will no longer be victims of tyrannical and inhumane treatment by our governments. Why corporation and banking gurus force us into poverty. Why they, corporation, banks, and big government, violate our human rights as lobbyists of corporations lobby or governments for legislation that only benefit themselves and not the people. The middle and lower income blue collar workers are left to dangle in poverty. Why government and bankers and corporate executives remain inhumane to their own legislation, and we the people are the backbone that make them rich. No more, no way, no how. The voices of the world's people say, don't tread on me. And that will be what is happening January 9th through the 13th, International Week of protest. I'm being told that you don't go out and buy anything. No clothes, no food, nothing. You just stay where you are. Kind of like a shelter-in-place thing. And we go from there. For more information on the world as one, you can call 803-570-9063. That's area code 803-570-9063. My mic might have been off at the beginning of the broadcast. I apologize if that happened. And give me just a minute, and I want to check to make sure we are live on Facebook. Yep, we are live on Facebook on the Dave Glovin profile, on the Boogie with the Bull page, not the Boogie with the Bull group, the Boogie with the Bull page. Over on YouTube, it's the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and over on Twitter, it's at Boogie WT Bull is where we are on Twitter. Please follow us and retweet Boogie with the Bull broadcast at UC. Good morning, Kelly. It says this is Travis on YouTube. I'm under my wife's name, and yes, we are. We're live, like I said, Like I said, Travis, we're live on Facebook on my profile, the Boogie with the Bull page, the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and over on Twitter at BoogieWTBull. A lot of things to talk about this morning. I apologize. We had a minor technical issue that kept us from being on yesterday, and those things happen. We did our best, and a lot of times when we're not on, you'll catch Randy Griesenbeck over on the Patriot Cowboy doing broadcast and linked to other broadcasts that you should watch. Randy and William Rayfield were together yesterday on the Patriot Labs broadcast. So tune in, turn on, watch everybody. We're trying to link with everybody and get everybody linked with us. In the works is still one of those mega broadcasts is what I'm going to call it, where here on Boogie with the Bull and the Patriot Cowboy, we have up to 8 cameras. So it could be Randy and I and 6 others, or it could be Randy and 7 others, or it could be me and 7 others. And the whole idea was to take, say, Randy, me, maybe get Derek Arnold from Boots on the Ground, LinkedIn, get William Rayfield from the Patriots Lab, LinkedIn, and as we go, and we have 8 broadcasters on our broadcast, they're all live where they are on their networks, and before you know it, it's just a huge message, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm hoping to set that up over on StreetLock, StreetLock.com, StreetLock.com. The conservative alternative to Facebook. Go over there and follow Dave Bloven and follow Boogie with the Bull. And hopefully within the very near future, you will see the Boogie with the Bull Street Lock Live channel, sort of a YouTube channel on steroids. So come on into the Boogie with the Bull live chat. Today it's over on the Boogie with the Bull page, my profile. We're over on Street Lock Live. We're over on YouTube on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and we're over on Twitter this morning. Mike Gill is watching. Travis Rail is watching. Mr. Gill, if you wish, we will send you a link, and you're more than welcome to join us. I put a lot of people on the spot at 7:30 in the morning. Not everybody is ready, but Mike Gill is a guy that you really need to pay attention to if you have not paid attention to him in the past. State of Corruption, New Hampshire, State of Corruption itself over on YouTube. You need to watch those broadcasts. There are over 500 of those broadcasts, and you should be watching them. You should be sharing them. You should be sharing Boogie with the Bull broadcast. You should be sharing the Patriot Cowboy broadcast. You should be sharing Derek Arnold's Boots on the Ground broadcast, our Boots on the Ground Boogie with the Bull broadcast. Just, and if you're not sharing in this circle and you're doing a broadcast, please get a hold of me. Okay, the whole idea of what I'm doing with Randy Griesenbeck right now is nothing more than God's pay it forward idea. Randy Griesenbeck and his wife, Jessica Harrington, were very, very, very nice to Boogie with the Bull, and they are the benefactors of our Boogie with the Bull StreamYard 8-pack, as I call it. You see that we can have 8 on the screen with you, and we can be live on 8 destinations, I believe, and we can actually even do a broadcast that can be 8 hours long. So a lot of things you're going to see. You will see more live remote broadcasts from the Patriot Cowboy. You'll see more live remote broadcasts from Boogie with Bull. Good morning, Don Marie. Don Marie shares a lot of my posts that you see on Facebook, and shares Boogie with the Bull broadcast. And I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate when people do that. So let me see. I got to send one there, and I got to send one there, and I got to send one there. Got to send one there. Got to send one there. These are the messenger shares of the broadcast, so I'm not going to name the names as I'm sending them out this morning. because not everybody needs to know. But now what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick Xander Gibb memorial rehearsal where everybody gets to watch the groups that we send Boogie with the Bull to today. And Randy said that there will be an update on the reading that I just did about the world stands as one, January 9th to the 13th. And like everything gets repeated on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast, please make sure that you pay attention to that. Simply stay at home. No hang on. No going out and buying anything. Make sure you have everything that you need. People are saying don't even buy gas. Just stay home from the 9th of January to the 13th and protest. Don't go to work. And give me a moment, Mike, and I'll see if I can accommodate that. Actually, Mike, I'll get you on a little later this afternoon. We'll do that when I can get it to you before. We are coming on later this afternoon with a combined broadcast, and I would be more than happy to have you on that one. I'm not sure exactly what time it will be. I think it's going to be 7 p.m. to about 8:30 or 9 o'clock. So we'll make sure we get you a link for that. Going to do a quick Xander Gibb memorial rehearsals and today's broadcast out to Red Mammoth Nation TV. America stands as one. Patriots for the USA. We the people of the United States of America. Militia Morgan's beep beep honk for freedom group. You have it. And if you're in any of the Honk for Freedom groups, any of the state groups, I'm in both Honk for Freedom, the main group. I'm also in Honk for Freedom Florida. But if you're in the Honk for Freedom group and you're in any of the state groups, let me know. I want you to come on to a Boogie with the Bull broadcast and just tell me about your state and Honk for Freedom and show that beautiful red, white, and blue Honk for Freedom bumper sticker that if you put it on your car, anybody who sees it is going to honk. But I give you a few suggestions. When you're at a traffic light, wait a second or two, and before you go through the green light, and the car behind you is going to honk. And when they honk, all the other cars around you are going to honk. So you get everybody honking for freedom. And don't be alarmed if, as you are honking for freedom and getting other people to honk for freedom, if other people show you hand gestures that you don't want, don't do the Dave Bloom thing. And if someone does that to you, do it back to them. Be the adult in the situation. And if they follow you, and looks like they're stalking you, you know what to do. Go to something safe before you get out of your car. And do that. And just be safe. Don't get into any fights or anything. If people pull up and they don't love freedom, just say thank you and move along to a safe place. Don't get into any violent altercations with people. And if they choose not to support freedom in the United States of America for whatever reason they have, then it's on them. But I think people, even some Democrats that I talked to, are getting tired of where their party is taking us. They only have a few days left of the majority of the House and the majority of the Senate. So I would be paying attention to anything they think they're going to get away with doing in their last few days. Although, I guess since Herschel Walker lost and Kristen Sinema flipped from being a Democrat to being an independent, they now have 51, which is the majority of the Senate without needing Kamala Harris's tie-breaking vote at any time, which is okay, because if the dinos of the Democrat majority vote with the rhinos of the Republican minority, we could always have more than 51 voting for just about anything. Will the House Democrat majority actually say, enough is enough. Joe Biden, we have grounds to impeach you and let you go. I personally don't think so. I could be 100% wrong, but I personally don't think so, because then they bring in Kamala Harris, and Vice President Harris becomes President Harris. And I don't think once she gets a taste of being the president, she will be unintelligent enough, and I did say unintelligent enough, to decide that she wants to be the Democrat nominee. Now, we all know President Trump is going to be the Republican nominee, most likely. And I can only say that because right now he's the front runner. He's the only one that's announced, really, that he's running. Mike Pence has announced that he might run, but you know what? The only thing I can tell former Vice President Pence is the only running you should do is away from the office of president, the office of vice president, being a senator and or being a member of the House. If I had to name one person out of all the names that just came out of my mouth since 7:30 when we went live, Mike Pence is, I don't know, I guess you could call him a squish flip. And that, I think you will see when the 118th House starts looking into what happened, that Mike Pence was a key player, Nancy Pelosi was a key player, Chuck Schumer. I don't know if he was a key player or if he just took orders from Nancy Pelosi. I always figured that when Chuck became the Democrat majority plus one leader, that he was still being paraded around by Speaker Pelosi as a prize dog who really only did what she told him to do. And I hope that things get looked at, and maybe Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker have to either have another runoff because it was too close, or I don't know who it goes to decide. But I think that's one that's going to be constantly put under a microscope for a long period of time, just like John Fetterman and Mehmet Oz. I think that's going to be put under a microscope repeatedly. Who knows what will happen, but I never heard what happened with the 300,000 missing Dr. Oz votes that evidently were counted as John Fetterman votes. So something's going on there. And will we learn anything from the 2022 election? Well, probably not, being honest with you, because we didn't learn anything from the 2020 election. We didn't learn anything from the 2022 election. We're probably not going to learn anything from the 2024 election, 2028, 2030, 2032, 2034. But you know what? The reality is, I personally don't believe that. I believe that 2020 was the election that had to prove to any man or woman on the street, Republican, American citizen, that, our election process is seriously flawed. And whether it was flawed by both parties cheating, one party having a better plan of cheating, I really don't know. And at this point, Dave Logan really doesn't care. Okay, I can come on every morning and tell you that this one cheated and that one cheated. Maybe one day we'll get lucky and get Mike Gill and James O'Keefe from Project Veritas together on the same broadcast, and they can argue back and forth over who cheated and when and how and all of that. And if we can, we will bring that broadcast to you. Mike Gill's State of Corruption and State of Corruption NH for New Hampshire are available on YouTube right now. You can watch them, over 500 videos that We'll show you everything from how money went to South Dakota because it's a small state with just over a million citizens, and then ended up in New Hampshire with a little bigger small state. And you can follow the money with Mike Gill. We will have Mike on the Boots on the Ground Boogie with the Bull broadcast this evening. I think it's going to be around 7 p.m. Watch for your notifications. Watch it for promos in the Facebook news feed. We're still nailing out the exact time. And as I have hinted around with other people, I am looking for anybody who's a broadcaster like me doing conservative patriot talk, whether you do it at 2 in the morning or you do it at right now 7:30 in the morning. Looking for podcasts if that's what you are, looking for lives if that's what you are, because hopefully when we get the word from Streetlock that the Boogie with the Bull Streetlock Live channel is ready, it's a combination of everything you got on YouTube that you don't want to risk only having YouTube as your video source, and everything you want to do live. And it's just going to be giving people an opportunity to land your broadcasts and your videos on a conservative patriot network that isn't going to nail you for everything you say that Google and or YouTube and or Apple and or anybody else, Amazon, who think they all control and censor the internet. It's not going to happen on the Boogie with the Bull Streetlock Live channel. So you'll have an opportunity to link your live broadcasts and or podcasts and or post stuff from any place else that you have it, and we will work hard on helping you share it around the internet. Just a big final pay it forward thing, and hopefully it will work and everyone will be educated. And in 2028, actually in 2024, hopefully we will bring a Republican, Donald Trump, back to the presidency. If not, hopefully a Republican at least as qualified as Donald Trump. And I've even heard rumors that January 6th, 2023, supposedly, President Trump could be being reinstalled. I can't confirm it. I've just read rumors like everybody else has on Facebook and on YouTube and on Twitter. So don't quote me. I'm just letting you know what I have seen is that there are rumors that President Trump could become the President of the United States on January 6th, 2023. Don't quote me, Facebook, if your censors are watching, YouTube, if your censors are watching. It's just something that I have heard from others and read from others. So we're just letting it go out of my mouth into people's ears, and they have to decide what they want to do with it. If you're watching Boogie with the Bull this morning, come on into the live chat. It is either on my Dave Logan profile, the post that says I'm live. It's on the Boogie with the Bull page. Scroll down, find the post, come in there. We're also on YouTube on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and we're on Twitter at @ Boogie WT Bull, the Boogie with the Bull Twitter. So come on in and tell us what is new and exciting in your life, and bring up anything that you have ready to share. It is kind of difficult if you're on Facebook. I know sometimes you can't participate, or it says you can't participate in live producing and or live streaming. If you're linked through our StreamYard and the live stream is going to Facebook, then you're on Facebook because you're on Boogie with the Bull, which is right now on StreamYard. I'm hoping that the Republican majority will fully investigate at some point the Federal Communications Commission and their handling of being the regulatory authority of the internet. I say it every day. Nobody wants to believe me. Google or Chrome or whatever your favorite browser is, who has regulatory authority of the internet of the United States? And you'll find out that Thomas Wheeler, who was the 31st FCC chairman, was given in, I believe, in an actual executive order called net neutrality, but in the Telecommunications Act of 1994, I believe, and another Telecommunications Act of 1996, both which define internet service providers as common carriers, which again revert back to telephone companies. So, nobody's been doing their job, and the question is whether or not they will all get together and do their job. Travis Rail says that down in Oklahoma, there are tornado sirens as he is getting ready for work this morning. So if you are anywhere in the United States of America and you're hearing tornado sirens, look for the promos on tonight's Boogie with the Bull. I think it's going to be around 7 p.m., but don't quote me. Also, you can come into Facebook Messenger anytime and give me an update of what is going on. And once we are live, you're more than welcome to come in and let us know what is going on wherever you are in the United States and or around the world. That's the beauty of live streaming. Anybody who is anywhere, even if they have to aim their phone camera at something, can link to a Boogie with the Bull or the Patriot Cowboy broadcasts and instantly show what is going on. It's almost as good as being a television station because we can do the same thing they do. They can send a news truck out with cameras and reporters and go live anywhere, and we can basically do the same thing. We're working with a bunch of different people to try to get some kind of a Boogie with the Bull remote broadcast unit up and on the road and available very quickly. If you are someone who has an interest in being a benefactor of the Boogie with the Bull remote studio, I'm not sure how we're going to get people together to talk about it. What I'm looking for is very simple. You see them all the time, the paramedic box rigs, ambulances that you see, often a good, reliable, used one comes up for sale. It's the right size box to set up as a studio. It is the right idea to do it. Most of them are diesel powered and they're used to idling for long periods of time, which will allow it to idle the studio. And once it is up and ready to rock and roll, I will be looking for, with several other people involved in it, a Boogie with the Bull remote team, as well as a designated driver who will be able to take it around the United States as it is needed, and we'll just kick up this notch and everybody will be able to be part of Boogie Nation and help you get the word out on a lot of things. Just it's all happening pretty quickly, and I want people to be a part of it. Let's get back into the Boogie with the Bull morning live chat. If you have something you want to say, come on in and tell me what is going on, what is new and exciting in your world. And it's 8 o'clock, so we've done about a half an hour. Like I said, I apologize at the beginning of the broadcast if my mic was not live. You didn't miss anything. Once the video ended and I read the press release about the world stands as one, I hope we caught it. Sometimes it takes more than just a sip of morning caffeine to get you going. And then you still come on, and I come on because I enjoy it, and it's more fun when there are people in the live chat that have something they want to say and the conversation starts. Good morning, Brian Bochef. I'm just going to guess. Brian Bochef. And if I said it wrong, Brian, type it phonetically into the live chat and I will remember it. I always say that if I butcher your name, it reminds me of when I got the date to spend with my longtime news director hero in radio broadcasting, Gil Haar, who was the news director at KYUU in San Francisco. And I was the news director at Foothill College's KFJC at the time. And the first thing Gil said to me was, "You're not going to get the job." And I kind of looked chagrined at him, and he said, there's a good thing and a bad thing. He said that when he became news director at KYUU, he wanted to be sure that his reporters didn't pick up any of his bad habits or any habits that they, could interfere with their doing their job at KYUU. And he said to me, "Dave, you're probably in the same realm. You're the news director of a college radio station, and whatever bad habits you may have, regardless of how many times you tell someone in the news department or another jock at the station, don't ever pick up the bad habits that I have." He said, "They probably have. And then they also probably have some of their own." I said to him, "Well, if someone came from a college station to KYUU, you could probably very easily guide them in the direction of the bad habits." And he said, yes, he could. But one of them was that make sure on your script for your newscast that when you can't pronounce a name correctly because you don't know the name or how it should be pronounced correctly, that you write it phonetically or just do something that will let you know how to pronounce it correctly. And I've taken that one step further. Your name is the only thing that you really have in this life. And when people intentionally butcher it, it's kind of disrespectful. So, Brian, I apologize if I said it wrong. Brian Bochef, or Bochef. So, if you know Brian, tell me how to say it correctly, and I will make sure the next time I correct it, I will say it correctly. My mouth's just getting in the way of my tongue this morning. Not enough coffee. As the promo for today's broadcast said, I run on caffeine and inappropriate thoughts. My thoughts today are not inappropriate at all, but just getting the caffeine to regulate in my body is not happening. I want to thank the people over at Summit Physical Therapy here in Fleming Island. They did a wonderful job of the first, 12 sessions with me, and I'm back in there again. And in a dementia situation, which I'm in, physical therapy is important. Make sure you're moving and moving the right way, and adding on exercises that will keep you moving as the later stages set in and you may not be moving. And that's my problem right now. I spend so much time in this chair that I don't move properly a lot. But Alyssa had the pleasure of letting me abuse her time there yesterday, and we moved into, I guess, phase 2, because a lot of it was different exercises that, to be honest with you, I actually found useful. So I like to walk on most days. So I was told that a 15-20 minute walk a couple of times a day is okay. lead with one foot and walk, and when the alarm goes off, turn around or have someone say turn. Have just someone watching and randomly say turn, so you turn around and walk the other way. Lead with your right foot, lead with your left foot. I was on my back doing some things, use your right arm, use your left arm, use both arms. I noticed that it takes a little bit more time in some of those exercises for my right arm to loosen up and start participating. How you sit is very important. I have a major slump that's been with me for probably most of my 60 years. I do have a bulging disc, but it doesn't show any sign of compression. So the neurosurgeon said he didn't think surgery was necessary at this time. I don't know if I go back and see him in the future. Leave it in the hands of the neurologist. But you just got to do what you got to do to take care of yourself and take care of your loved ones, and that's where we go with that. Another person that you might want to, let me see. No, I didn't put it in here, or did I? No, I didn't put it in there. But you want to go to the Melanie Smeltzer Facebook page and read up on Sissel International's products. The website, actually, I'm going to type the website in right now. Toxic Free, INITIATIVE .SISEL.net. Melanie Smeltzer Facebook page. So this is just an abbreviated banner that I just realized I don't have here, but Toxic Free Initiative.sissel.net, natural products to help you live in a toxic-free world. Melanie Smeltzer is the founder of the group Toxic Free Initiative. You can look it up on your favorite browser and read about it. But also, like I said, you can go to toxicfreeinitiative.sissel.net. You'll see all kinds of natural products that will allow you to live in a toxic-free world. You just have to go through and see things that you can use and give them a try. My throat this morning, and Melanie probably has probably just the right product. Go to the Melanie Smeltzer Facebook page, and you will find more information as well. You might even find some testimonials of people that use Melanie's products. And we will try to find time to get Melanie on as well. And Melanie does a lot of broadcasts on her own, and actually a very accomplished singer. The last thing I heard is, you can't quote me because I actually don't remember, that's the dementia issue, that she was trying out for, I think it was America's Got Talent. It might have been The Voice. Don't quote me. Both shows are really good. I always think that if you're a singer, you want to go to America's Got Talent because you've got Simon Cowell. And if you win, you probably have Simon Cowell in your corner. And if you don't win, you probably may end up with Simon Cowell in your corner anyway. It always used to be that Ozzy Osbourne's wife, Sharon Osbourne, was on. And I used to say the same thing about her. If she becomes a fan while you're on America's Got Talent, the odds are that even if you don't win, you're going to be under contract to Sharon. And if you do win, you're probably going to want to be under Sharon Osbourne's management. I I would very much like to sit down one day with Sharon Osbourne. It's probably number one management client, Ozzy. I would love to do a broadcast with Ozzy Osbourne. I've always said, going way, 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 way back to college radio, that's over 40 years ago, that the number one favorite broadcast, if I could ever do it, and I would probably quit any kind of radio broadcasting after I did it, would be Ozzy Osbourne, Lemmy Kilminster, and now probably Kelly Raven, because Kelly knew Lemmy very well, and Cookie Malone, because he probably knew Lemmy, and he probably still knows Ozzy, and Alice Cooper, and just would have been a really fun broadcast. And I digress to music for a moment, not because I'm going through dementia and my mind shifted to music for a minute because by talking about Melanie, but the Boogie with the Bull page here on Facebook isn't just conservative patriot broadcasting. You're going to see more and more and more and more music from the days when the Boogie with the Bull page was just a music sharing page. So you're going to see more music. You're going to see, when we are able to do so, more live streams of concerts, if we can get the go-ahead to do them. If you are a musician and you maybe even own the record label that you're releasing your stuff on, and you own the music and you have all the ability to grant us permission to live stream you on the Boogie with the Bull page. And this will carry over to the Boogie with the Bull Streamlock Live channel as well. The programming over there may not be just conservative patriot politics. The Boogie with the Bull page here on Facebook, if you take out the posts and just look at the videos and the broadcast, it will give you an idea of what I have in mind if we are granted the keys to a Boogie with the Bull Streetlock Live channel. And I was told by the nice people over there that they will have an update for me, hopefully before the end of the week. And again, the main reason that I'm pushing for this, and they know this, is that YouTube is owned by Google. So if you say certain words or talk about certain things on a YouTube video or a YouTube broadcast, you run the risk of getting spanked by Google and or YouTube, and you could lose your privileges over there for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, indefinitely, or even permanently. And the competition now is going to be Streetlock Live channels, where you won't lose your privileges unless you actually break the law by talking about something that is really illegal, but community standards, censorship, which is really just false news censorship because they say it's false, doesn't happen over on Streetlock, and that's important to us. And the Talk of the Boogie with the Bull Streetlock Live channel has probably been on the table for over 5 or 6 years now. And hopefully it all falls into place. And with our pay it forward idea, as I said, that we will do our best to bring everybody over there. And again, I'm not telling you to leave Facebook. I'm not telling you to leave MeWe or Gab or YouTube or any place else that you are putting your broadcasts on. I'm just telling you that there is a conservative alternative to Facebook that if you want to look at, it will be available very shortly. If you don't want to be part of it, hey, more power to you. And it goes as far as, hey, if you've got your own network, you're sending your broadcasts and your videos to a bunch of different places, whether they're live or podcasts, well, then you want to add StreetLock as one more place, because you can never have enough networks that are running your network. Hence, Boogie with the Bull has become a network of the networks that we are on, or over here on Facebook, we're trying to build a Boogie with the Bull community that is open to anybody who wants to be part of it. If you look at my profile, it all of a sudden says public figure, and there are hints that we're using Facebook professional and all that neat and cool stuff. And there's a joke on my profile that I said you may see top fan badges all of a sudden, the people that are more active than others on my David Logan profile. If you see it, don't be alarmed. I hope it's a good thing. Normally when Facebook says, hey, we're going to help you build more people watching your profile, we're going to help you get your posts better placed in the Facebook news feed, we're going to help your broadcast get better placed in the news feed. They're actually trying to help me find the best times right now to be broadcasting on Facebook. Right now it's Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern is the best time. And to the best of my knowledge, in the couple of year history of Boogie with the Bull broadcast, I don't remember doing Tuesday 8 p.m. live. I think we're looking at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. or even 9 p.m. if we actually need to do a 2-hour broadcast. But we're going to work with them and find the best time other than 7:30. We're going to stay in 7:30 as long as I can, because I like doing 7:30. It's like doing morning drive, and it feels good. I'm taking the direction of another one of my heroes, Scott Adams, who does his broadcast, where the first thing on that broadcast is he's got that beautiful white, it looks like 500-ounce coffee cup that he takes the ceremonial first sip. And Scott is the person behind the Red State Talk Radio Network, and that brings up the Red State Talk Radio Facebook group. And if you are on Facebook and you have a Red State Talk Radio broadcast, if you can, post it in the group, and I will do my best to help you share it around Facebook. And if it's a YouTube channel or someplace else that you're sharing it into that group from, I'll help you share it around Facebook. And maybe one day we'll get Scott Adams on, and we'll talk about having Red State Talk Radio as part of the StreetLock Live channel. And, we'll just kick this thing way up into high gear. Citizen broadcasting, citizen journalism, to me, is what this is all about. American citizens taking the reins and writing the stuff and being able to post the stuff that you need to see every day. Citizen broadcasters like me sitting before the cameras and telling you things that you need to hear every day and letting you form your own opinion, and in most cases offering to bring you on to a broadcast, and hopefully you can let everybody else know how you feel. And maybe you might even decide you want to do a broadcast, because that's what it's all about. There are never enough people who want to be citizen journalists, citizen broadcasters. And one of the best that I've seen on Facebook is Frank D. Lovell. Go to the Frank D as in David, Frank D. Lovell Facebook profile. You will find some websites that Frank has. You will find some groups that Frank has on Facebook, and I believe over on StreetLock. And you should read them. And if you are a citizen journalist, you should talk to Frank about being able to post on the Facebook groups, the StreetLock groups, and over on his websites. And if you are thinking about putting up your own server, maybe you should talk to Frank and see if he will let you carry his websites on your server. That's the thing that I keep getting more and more people telling me every day, everybody is trying to put up their own server. And I guess for a lot of us, it's breaking away from Facebook and having a control of what we do. I really wish I could get a hold of Andrew over at Gab and get permission to use the old Gab server idea, where it really didn't matter what you had as a computer. Excuse me, I got to kind of reach over here pretty quick. I knocked the lid off my coffee cup, which I'm known for doing on Boogie with the Bull broadcast, and I just got to mop up the mess. But Andrew's idea when he first launched Gab and he couldn't get a Google app up on the Google Play Store and he couldn't get an Apple app was to just take the app that he had that would have been the Google app and or the Apple app, and he posted them on Gab. And if you put up a Gab server, then that's what it was all about. You had a Gab server, and hopefully someone a few miles away from you had a Gab server, and everybody was linked into everybody. I actually think that that's a fantastic idea. At the beginning, when Gab servers were happening, I think you can quote me as having said, I thought it was a terrible idea, because if everybody who was still living in their parents' basement had a Gab server and mommy got mad at you, so they scrambled the internet password and you couldn't connect, or they turned the internet off on you, then you were kind of screwed. Randy Griesenbeck says, hey, brother, I forgot your 7:30 is my 6. I know right now because I'm waiting for the school bus. Randy, I'm going to bring you on later this afternoon. Take a chill. We'll see what's going on this morning. We're going to check out William Rayfield and the Patriots Lab, although I don't know if he's on today. Normally he's on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. and Saturday at 12 noon. Those are Eastern times, but a lot of times he's on every day. So maybe we'll all connect up with William if the Patriots Lab is on. If he's not on at 10 today, maybe you and I will pop on at 10 or you pop on. But that's what Randy and I are going to do. We're going to make sure that anyone who needs help with live streaming and or engineering or live producing, and we're going to work, and we're going to get anybody we can help who needs the ability to do it. We're going to take this pay it forward idea that I'm in right now, because as I said, Randy Griesenbeck and Jessica Harrison, his beautiful wife, they are the benefactors of what I call the StreamYard 8-pack. The StreamYard 8-pack is very simple. You have 8 cameras, you have 8 destinations that you can be on at once, and a broadcast can go up to 8 hours. And I can tell you that it actually can. We had a technical error the first day I used the 8-pack, and we were on for almost 6 hours of that 8-hour period until we finally figured out how to cut it. But you can actually, if you have events, you can do a broadcast up to 8 hours. After 8 hours, you got to end it and start another one. But that's not hard to do. So Randy has a lot of people affiliated with the Patriot Cowboy that you'll see up and coming. You'll see a lot of guests that he's bringing in. Douglas David Force. Remember that name, Douglas David Force. Douglas David Force. Go to YouTube and look up Douglas David Force. Watch his videos. And in the very near future, you will see Douglas on broadcast, the Patriot Cowboy broadcast with Randy, and you might see him on with other people. But we're going to help. We're going to help even the established people as we try to grow Boogie with the Bull, and the established people like the Patriot Cowboy, Randy Griesenbeck. Everybody's going to help everybody, and we're going to kick this thing up several notches. That's why I said if you have an event happening anywhere in the United States of America, if you can get it fed to us, and I don't care if you have to use a cell phone camera, use your cell phone camera. The easiest thing I tell people is go out and buy a bunch of Android tablets and use an Android tablet. But realistically, Chromebook prices are coming down, and StreamYard works best if you use Chrome because it's written in Chrome. So I tell people, if you're going to use StreamYard, go buy a Chromebook. The Chromebook prices are coming down as well. But we can help you put together a broadcast using StreamYard, or we can link you into StreamYard almost any time. And if you're having an event, maybe we'll try to get there, because that's the next thing I want to do, is being out and doing some live broadcasting. So, the thoughts aren't quite coming out of my mouth or through my brain in the way that I want to get them out. But if you have an event and you want some help live streaming it, as well as helping promote it all over the internet, that's what the Patriot Cowboy and Boogie with the Bull are here to do. And no, none of this, we're better than you, or whatever. I mean, I'm done with all of that. I've played too many years of this broadcaster can't work with that broadcaster because of something that happened a long time ago, and that broadcaster can't work with this broadcaster. And the latest one that made me throw all of that in the fireplace and hope that it was incinerated was that this broadcaster can't do a Boogie broadcast anymore because someone was going to be a guest, and when that person was off the broadcast, they couldn't come on because that person had been on the broadcast, and can't do something because a Boogie benefactor did this and blah blah. It's just, I don't care anymore. Okay, there is too much going on right now. There is too much going on that we need to be watching as conservative patriots, as Patriot Cowboys, as patriots in the lab with William Rayfield. This is crunch time, as a lot of my Dave Woven posts in the news feed say. This is crunch time because this is the time that the Democrats who lost the House are doing everything they have to do behind the scenes, in the dark, with the deep state, so far down, hoping that none of us see what is going on. And then when Kevin McCarthy gavels in the 118th House on January 3rd, hell will break out. Why? Because the Randy Rhoads narrative. They told us what they were going to do, how they were going to do it, when they were going to do it, and the other one that I can't remember. And then they went ahead and did it, and then they diverted us while they were doing it. We can't do this anymore, people. Can't do it anymore. People tell me I do regurgitation of broadcast constantly. Well, honestly, it's regurgitation a lot. The words are changed as often as possible so that it's not boring. But, I can't be everywhere to show you what you need to do. So I can only be here and tell you what you need to do. And if you don't take that information and see what you can do to help, then you're not. I guess I can say, if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. Okay, and if you want to be part of the problem, great. You're an American citizen. You have a right to be part of the problem. But wouldn't it be more fun? Wouldn't it be more beneficial to be part of the solution? It's like I keep seeing all of these bogus emails and things in my Facebook news feed every day that, you should check out right now to find out if you're one of the chosen few who's going to get a $3,300 bonus check from Social Security before the end of the year. And they all seem to be, as long as your birthday is between the 1st and the 10th of any of the 12 months, then you're going to get it. And like me, I'm sure there's a billion Americans here who read that every day and go, well, I was born on the 11th. Me, I was born on the 16th. So stop telling me that the chosen few are going to get a $3,300 bonus check because they were born between the 1st and the 10th. If you got all that money to give everybody on Social Security a $3,300 bonus because they were born between the 1st and the 10th of every month, why not make it a little bit less and give it to everybody? Okay, I'm sorry that you work at McDonald's and you got hired when McDonald's people were making $7.50, and then you got a $7.50 an hour raise and you're making $15, and then you got a $6.50 raise, and now you're making $22.50. I don't want to hear it anymore. Okay, because honestly, if I could work at McDonald's and make $22 an hour and work my way up to a shift manager or a shift lead and a shift manager, and maybe even to managing a franchisee's McDonald's, it would probably be one of the best McDonald's you have ever gone to anywhere in the world, number one. And I would need SSDI. I could enjoy working again until I am 65 and go on Social Security, and it's not even about that. Okay. And I'm tired of hearing near the end of the year, every year, oh, the Republicans are going to shut down Social Security when they take over in the next year. Oh, the Democrats are going to shut down Social Security because they need that money to give to Zelensky to keep the Russians out of Ukraine. No. The Bidens need that money to give to Zelensky to keep Russia out of Ukraine, because if they don't, Zelensky's going to stand in front of every TV camera he can, and he's going to read you the contents of Hunter Biden's laptop, and he's going to read to you what really happened at those two labs in Ukraine that Putin blew off the face of the earth. So, it's just time to get past all of this. The United States of America can be the protector of the world. And I believe in some cases that is what we were charged to do by our founding fathers and the God up above. But, we don't have to bankrupt ourselves doing it. We need a border wall. 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 And if you disagree with me that we don't need a border wall, then you come pick me up in Fleming Island, Florida, and take me down to the southern border, and we'll do a Boogie with the Bull broadcast and live broadcast, and you watch what's going on, what's coming across the border, the people who are coming across the border illegally, and the people that are coming across the border illegally. And if anything, for lack of putting it better, maybe if you saw the movie Soylent Green, and the big lift trucks would drive through the protesters and dump them into the back of the truck, and off they went. Well, maybe that's what needs to happen here. Drive through, Make sure there's airbags and pillows in the back, and then take that truck across the border and open up the back door and let them out. And then make it clear to them. You want to come here, have the paperwork, and be ready to rock and roll, or come here and have some verifiable ID that we can look at and prove that you do have a right to be here. You don't have anything illegal that you're leaving other countries for, or whatever. Because I'm a firm believer that we are a melting pot. We all came here. Any one of us came here, and we took over this place from others who were here, and then we have continued to treat those people less than we treat the worst here. And we don't have the worst here. We just have American citizens on a grand scale that aren't treated right the way we should be. So, there's a lot of things we can talk about on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast. It's 8:36, and I'll get a hold of Randy, and if it's convenient, we'll try to bring Randy on around 10 o'clock this morning. Don't quote me. We'll just try to see if we can bring Randy on around 10 o'clock this morning. And if William Rayfield's available, we'll see if he can join, and maybe even Mike Gill, if we can get him in. It's kind of hard when I'm doing the live producing myself to send links out the way they have to be sent out to everybody and do some of the sharing. I'm not saying that it can't be done, but it's kind of hard. I enjoy doing it, and I'll do it as long as I'm able to do it. So, in the live chat, we had Randy Griesenbeck, my brother. We had Danny Campbell, who has watched more Boogie with the Bull broadcasts than anybody else in the history of Boogie with the Bull, with his signature "Good Morning." Danny, it's always a pleasure to have you watch. Travis Rail alerted us that there are tornado sirens going in Oklahoma. So if you are in Oklahoma, we send our prayers and best wishes for your safety and survival of any tornadoes that may touch down or go through Oklahoma. And when it is safe, either after things have passed or before things have gotten into Oklahoma, please let us know. And use that feature that Facebook has where you can actually go to a page that allows you to check in from where you are while things are happening, and let people know the marked safe things, the actual legit ones, not marked safe from Brittany Grenier or some other stupid Democrat that we should be safe from anyway. Use that and make sure it's in the news feed, and do your best to keep in touch with your family and your friends, and check in hopefully today before you can't, and then as soon as you can, keep in touch with them. Make sure all of your devices that you have, your cell phones, your tablets, your Chromebooks, your other laptops, everything that you have is fully charged. You may end up only being able to use your cell phone as a hotspot if you have that feature, but at least if you be careful with what you have, the amount of time hotspot that you have, you'll be able to keep in touch with your friends and family, hopefully until power is brought back on, or alternatives to keep power to you are done. If you can, and you have senior or elderly or disabled neighbors in your neighborhood, make sure that there is an escape plan for them, whether or not relatives are coming in to take them out of the area ahead of time, or do the right thing, bring them over to your house and make sure they get they get meals and have a safe place to sleep. A lot of them will stay on your couch or on your cot or whatever they have just to be in a safe place. A lot of them won't. They're going to want to stay home. And for those, make sure they have dinner or whatever they need, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you're running out to the grocery store to stock up for yourself, make sure you stop again up the street at the senior, elderly, or disabled neighbor, and make sure there isn't anything that you can pick up for them. And yeah, they'll make, they're not going to be expecting you to pay for it. If they have the means, I'm sure they will probably pay for it. And if you do pay for it, it's no big deal, because the next time it happens, they're going to come up the street to you and they're going to go, thank you for helping me out, however you did. And now I'm going to the grocery store. Is there anything I can pick up for you? Everybody helps everybody. None of this, we're all against each other, and the only people that matter are ourselves and our families. We're all one big family. And if you can't get that, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay? I don't know what to tell you. If it's all just about you or just about your family, then I don't know what to tell you, other than to tell you to watch every Boogie with the Bull broadcast that you can, and hopefully I'll get you to become a part of America. And I know Randy Griesenbeck on the Patriot Cowboy broadcast tries to do that every day. William Rayfield on the Patriots Lab tries to do that every day. And, there are so many others. Donald Wisman does it Sunday evenings at either 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern. You can actually even call in to Donald during his broadcast and share what's going on exactly where you are, or even share your specific thoughts on something. And there are so many others on Facebook and on YouTube and on Streetlock and on Twitter and everywhere else. Boogie with the Bull can be or will be. And, if we can be live during emergency situations in other parts of the country and show you what's going on, show you that people are dealing with it as best as they can, both the before, during, and after, then that's what we will do. And if it becomes necessary for anybody to ask for assistance, we'll give them an opportunity, because that's what we do as Americans. We help everybody, make sure everybody is safe, everybody is secure, and that's just the way we do it around here. It's 8:43, so we've done an hour and 15 minutes of Boogie with the Bull, Tuesday, December 13th. I'll give you another couple of minutes to come into the live chat, and if there is something that you want to bring up in the last 15 minutes, then we will move into that direction. If not, I'm going to move along. And like I said, I'll see if Randy Griesenbeck is available for 10 o'clock this morning. And anyone else who is a citizen broadcaster is more than welcome to join us. And if you're not a citizen broadcaster and you're a member of the internet world that wants to come on and be a part, we'll give you that opportunity too. As I said, Boogie with the Bull will always be that kind of format that you can come into the live chat and say, shout out, Dave, give me a chance to tell you what I want to say, and then bring me onto a broadcast and let me say it. Most of the time, I will do that. But if you know ahead of time that you want to come on to a Boogie with the Bull broadcast and talk about something particular and have your time to share it with anybody who will be watching. Today it's on my Facebook profile, it's on the Boogie with the Bull page, it's on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. It is at # Boogie WT Bull on Twitter. We're working on getting it over to Streetlock. Today's broadcast will be a Streetlock podcast, and we'll also probably post it on MeWe. We'll post it on the Boogie with the Bull Gab group. The Boogie with the Bull Gab group. We'll have it today. And yeah, I'm serious. I will follow along. I will do my best to try to track down Andrew over at Gab and see if the Gab server idea will still work. And if it can, we may try it. You'll have to have your own device that can be a server. And I recommend, a desktop, a laptop, a Chromebox, a Mac box. It's not expensive to do it if you really want to do it. And it might be kind of fun to see what we can set up. Can't guarantee it will work. Can't guarantee it won't work. But something easy to set up. We're going to be looking around at all the other ways of building a communications network that will get us from one end of the United States to the other, from New York to California, and from Texas to Michigan, and even up into Canada, because Randy's got people up in Canada that we'll be hooking up with as often as we can. And Joseph Nixon, I think, is one of them. And we'll be doing whatever we can. And if you're up in Canada and you can watch a Boogie with the Bull or a Patriot Cowboy broadcast, and you want to be part of Boogie with the Bull and the Patriot Cowboy broadcast, please let us know. And I'm not trying to make me sound any bigger or any better than I am. It's just trying to link everybody together as often as we can. That's the idea behind the getting all of us to do broadcasts with all of our networks together, all linked to Streetlock at one day and time or night and time every week, and just trying to see what we can do and how many people we can reach. I can't guarantee that if we get 8 people to do the first one, that it won't be 6 people the next one. It won't be 4 people the next one. It might only be 2 people the next one. It may always change because, yes, not everybody is available at the same time every week or lives in a situation where I can always find the time to do a broadcast or make the time to do a broadcast, because that's where this is, trying to help everybody out the best as we can. And like I said, I will say this. Everybody knows that I do not ever try to monetize anything Boogie with the Bull so that it will pay the bull, okay? It's never about that, and it never was about that. But yes, as we grow and develop and start working with other networks, the Patriot Cowboy with Randy Griesenbeck, and paying it forward anywhere we can, and trying to grow a network of everybody that is a network, and using that to communicate, to reach America and the world, then that's what we will do. Okay, so when you hear me talk about if someone can help us acquire a retired paramedic ambulance, we can do it in a van if that's what people find, and we can raise the money to do it with. We can do it in a box rig. We can do it in a minivan. I can do it in a station wagon. Did college radio broadcast in my mother's 76 Lincoln Mercury Colony Park station wagon. We use that, and we can do it. We can even do it in a hearse. So I mean, I'm not proud in that case, meaning that whatever God helps us acquire is what we help acquire. Also, I have said that if you have that RV parked on the side of your house and you only use it 2 weeks a year and the rest of the time it sits parked at your house, if you watch Boogie with the Bull and you are willing to help, we'll always pay for the gas and your accommodations and food while you're wherever we go. And maybe we'll do something with you. But and maybe if you have your own remote studio with your own network of broadcasts that you do, maybe we can ride along with you and help with the expenses of doing it. Knowledge is power, and we want everybody to have the same knowledge and everybody to be empowered to use that knowledge. And that's what we're going to do. An hour and 20 minutes, so we'll either wrap it up or Ramble Fest and Tangent Tree for another 10 minutes and wrap it up at 9 o'clock. Like I said, I'll talk to Randy Griesenbeck after this broadcast ends. And if he is available and I am available, we'll do something at 10 o'clock with the Patriot Cowboy. And tonight, I think it's going to be 7 p.m. to 8:30 is the time that will be available for Boots on the Ground, Boogie with the Bull, and Mike Gill, if he's around. And Mike, if you're available, I'll track you down after the broadcast. If you're available, if there is a 10 o'clock broadcast, I will bring you on then. And anyone else who is interested, I will bring you on as well. So if you're available or want to be available, message me anytime between now and 10 o'clock. If we go live, I will bring you on. Take this broadcast and share it all over Facebook where you can. Take it from the YouTube channel and share it all over the internet where you can. Retweet it on Twitter. We still have to try to find out where exactly it lands on Twitter. People are sharing it on Twitter, but I don't know exactly where it lands for me to be able to go take it and retweet it ourselves. Boogie with the Bull probably will buy a blue check verification to be verified on Twitter. Twitter has a nasty history of say you're Dave Wogan or say you're Boogie with the Bull. What may happen is there may be a million accounts with Boogie with the Bull in their name all of a sudden trying to make you think that they are Boogie with the Bull. For that, we will pay the $8 a month price to be vetted as Boogie with the Bull. I believe that requires a verifiable phone number. You can have a phone number, but they have to be able to verify it through your carrier that it is in fact your phone number. And we can do that. Then there is a bundle of stuff that is of interest to me, primarily Twitter live streaming, which is to just make it a whole lot easier. We will eventually be everywhere we can be on the internet. And if there is a place on the internet that you want Boogie with the Bull, the Cowboy Patriot, Boots on the Ground, Boogie with the Bulls, the Cowboy Patriot, Boots on the Ground, everybody we can work with, or we are working with. We're just going to do our best to help everybody get the word out. I can't always be live at every event around the country, and even those outside of the country. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on in Canada in the next few weeks and throughout 2023. So, we will live stream and connect with everybody we can. And you never know. One day we might be there. So it is an hour and 25 minutes into Boogie with the Bull. If anybody in the live chat has any closing thoughts, please, this is your time to drop them in. Otherwise, in 5 minutes at 9 o'clock, we're going to wrap up this Boogie with the Bull broadcast, see what we can put together for a 10 o'clock Patriot Cowboy broadcast, or give you notification that it will be at a different time if 10 o'clock doesn't turn out to be good for Randy. And this is what we do. When we get on to Street Lock Live, the Boogie with the Bull Street Lock Live channel, people will be given a time of their choice. And as long as you're showing up or posting a podcast or something at that time every day, or we have something that we are sure that will be posted every day, then, like I said, we're going to make that channel open to everybody. And again, like I said, it doesn't have to be conservative patriot politics. There are lots of music things that I am seeing that could be Boogie with the Bull broadcasts as well, and maybe even some live music stuff when it is near us, or we could get to it and broadcast it. So, don't watch us just because we're a conservative patriot broadcasting company. The No Budget Broadcasting Company is proud to, in most cases, live stream just about anything and hope to get it just about anywhere. Anyway, I'm Dave Blevin. You're not. Thank you for the privilege of abusing your time. I hope you enjoyed your first cup of morning caffeine in your favorite morning caffeine vessel. This is the gray ceramic travel mug that says "Be Bold" or italic, never regular, unless that's how you drink your coffee. And as I've said before, regular is relative to how you drink your coffee, because your coffee is not the same as anyone else's regular. My dad used to get mad when he owned the coffee bars and a customer would come up and say, "I'll have this regular." And the barista would just take it and mix it and do it and hand it to them. And then 5 or 10 minutes later, the customer would come back and go, "Your regular is not the same as mine." So my dad would walk over and he would ask that customer, what is your regular? So then my dad, not trying to insult the barista, would mix it exactly the way that customer said, then hand it to them, confirm that that was their regular, and then make sure that that customer from now on got into the line of that barista and made sure that that barista made sure the customer's regular was regular. William Rayfield is in the house. Ray, if you're going to do the Patriots Lab at 10 a.m. today, then maybe we'll all show up at your house. And if not, if you don't have a 10 a.m. plan, then if I confirm with Randy and there is a 10 a.m. The Patriot Cowboy, then we will make sure a link gets to you. We will make sure a link gets to Mike Gill, and we'll all be back in about an hour. So pay attention to your Facebook newsfeed for a promo. Pay attention to your Facebook newsfeed for a notification. Man, it's cold outside. Brr, I'm sure it is, William. We're going to wrap this one up. But I am going to use William as an example of the Boogie with the Bull Under the Wire watcher, viewer, whatever you want to call it. In January on Boogie with the Bull broadcast, the last person who comes into the live chat as the broadcast is wrapping up, and it can't be someone who watched any portion of the broadcast and then leaves the live chat and comes back in. You actually have to come in. Don't not watch a Boogie with the Bull broadcast to make sure you get in the drawing, because everyone knows that everybody at some point starting in January will win some piece of Boogie with the Bull gear and just for watching the broadcast. But the under the wire broadcaster will always, the under the wire viewer will always be the person who comes into the live chat last, and their name will go into the hat along with the Friday under the wire person, and the hat will be shaken and a name will be drawn, and you'll win some kind of a Boogie with the Bull logo gear. It could be a keychain, could be a hat, could be a shirt, could be a travel mug, could be a ceramic mug, might even be a ceramic travel mug, depending on what it costs us to make them. But something that you'll be proud to show the world that you watch Boogie with the Bull broadcast. Anyway, I'm Dave Wilman. Thank you for the privilege of letting me abuse your time. An hour and 31 minutes, and we're going to call it at that point. I just want to read something very quickly. Okay, thank you, Odessa. I will read up on that, and I will follow up on it, something that should be shared in the groups, and maybe even have Odessa on to discuss. Odessa's a smart lady. Odessa Roberti does a Saturday prayer service at 11:30 a.m. Eastern on Saturdays. A Saturday prayer service at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Sometimes I impress myself with the way things are worded coming out of my mouth. So thank you for the privilege of letting me abuse your time. And I hope if we do whip something together for 10 o'clock, then we will do it. And if we don't, like I said, Boogie with the Bull, boots on the ground, Boogie with the Bull is hopefully going to have something at 7 o'clock Eastern time. And you can look for the promo, which will tell you that everybody is going to be involved with it. That's all I can tell you at that moment. I'm looking at the teleprompter, and the executive producer of that broadcast hasn't given me any more information yet. So you have the same information that I have. So I'm Dave Wilman. You're not going to click up and hit that one. Thanks for the privilege of letting me abuse your time. Double piece for victory. This broadcast is going to come to an end. Finish your favorite morning caffeine, and we'll go from there. We'll pull out a few surprises, but we will see who and what we can line up with Randy Griesenbeck and the Patriot Cowboy broadcast. We'll make sure we get William Rayfield in there if we can, and we'll just have a whole lot of fun. Another possibility, although I won't say it because I really don't want to do it, is we could take the 7:30 a.m. broadcast and move it to 10 o'clock, but I don't really want to do that because everybody knows that I don't like to be on at the same time that other people I want you to watch are on. I know other broadcasters will say to me, no, you go on whenever you want to go on, but no, it's always been that if someone I am going to watch is on at the same time I'm going to come on, then I won't come on unless I can have that person on the Boogie with the Bull broadcast that I'm going to do. But very rarely will I overlay someone else's broadcast time, with the exception of 7:30. 7:30 a.m. Eastern is mine, and everybody could come on and do a broadcast at 7:30 in the morning Eastern time, and it doesn't matter. I'm still going to keep doing Boogie with the Bull, and I'll still try to get you all to come and join Boogie with the Bull at 7:30. So that hopefully we all get the same number of views. One final double V for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast has come to an end, an hour and 33 minutes. It will be posted as a podcast on the Dave Wilman profile, the Boogie with the Bull page here on Facebook, the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. It will be posted on at Boogie WT Bull on Twitter, and please retweet it as often and everywhere you can. And it will be a podcast on StreetLock very quickly. StreetLoc.com. You see the link to StreetLock posted by me all the time. That will be hopefully the link to the Boogie with the Bull StreetLock live channel very quickly. So that's the only reason why I share that link. It will get you in line so that you're set up to be able to watch the Boogie with the Bull Street Lock Live channel. But it really doesn't matter to me at this point. Just go over to Streetlock, STREETLOC.com, streetlock.com, the conservative alternative to Facebook. Take a look around. If you like the place, think you can be happy there, which I'm sure you will, then friend Dave Globan and friend Boogie with the Bull, because both of us are over there. And I think you'll like the newsfeed. And if you watch YouTube and a bunch of different people on YouTube, you can always take their YouTube and share it on Streetlock. If you do your own broadcast, you can share it on Streetlock. And once I know exactly the terms of the Streetlock Live Boogie Winnable channel, I will let everybody know what it is, and even if it is necessary to not have it named Boogie with the Bull, then we'll figure out something. But I'm not really concerned with any of that stuff. It's just going to be a shared multi-topical channel, and if you want to be a part of it, then let me know. Anyway, time is ticking. I got to get a hold of Randy and confirm with William and Mike Gill, and make sure the links get to everybody. And as always, if there is a camera available when we go live, if we go live at 10 o'clock and someone didn't get a link, you're always welcome to come into the live chat and say, link me, bring me up. I want to be at the big table. Anyway, final double B's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast has come to an end, an hour and 36 minutes, which is average. And I hope you learned something. And if you didn't, then message me and tell me what you didn't hear in today's Boogie with the Bull broadcast, and it'll be on the next one. Double B's.